Underdog Fantasy continues to be what I feel is the best product in the daily fantasy prop game market. They have the highest payouts, the most amount of options, and the most amount of flexibility. You can check out Underdog Fantasy right now. Just go to wewantpicks.com/underdog. In fact, if you use promo code WWP, they will instantly match your deposit. If you give them $10, they'll give you $10. If you give them $100, they will give you $100 instantly that you can use. You can build your entry with their free money, win that entry, and then withdraw all of it. No weird rollovers, no weird commitments. WeWantPicks.com/underdog, promo code WWP, get your free money and build your entry. I'm going to build a UFC Denver entry, but before I do that, just a quick reminder, when you hit the homepage, there are always promos hanging out right here. Sometimes they're easy, right? Sometimes they're gimmies. Sometimes they're juiced, as in they're going to give you an extra payout, but it's still a tricky line. Otherwise, it's a fake line. Angel Reese, higher than half a point in her game. And that's going to give you this payout. Or you can do Angel Reese higher than 10.5 points. And then you can choose some other lines as well. Either way, when you come in here, make sure you check the promos. But let's go ahead and move on to UFC and build our entry. The reason I love Underdog Fantasy, the reason I think it is the best daily fantasy prop game out there right now is the number of choices you have. If we go to Luana Santos and I expand this, I've got 10 different options. I can go higher on finishes, lower on finishes, higher on knockout, lower on knockout. I mean, the amount of choices you have really make this a phenomenal product. And obviously the payouts are sort of indicative of the risk with each one. Lower than a finish, it's expected to not be a finish, so they're going to lower that payout a little bit, but it's still a fantastic option. Let's go ahead and build out what we've got going on. Right off the rip, Joshua Van, higher than 14.99 fight minutes. I do think this goes the distance. Joshua Van has some finishes, but those are against guys that are not nearly as tried and true and tested and durable as Charles Johnson. I think this fight will go the distance. I think elevation will factor in, meaning I think they'll both slow down. They will both lose the sting off their punches, and they will become less and less dangerous as this fight goes on. If this fight doesn't finish early, it's not finishing, and I don't think it does. If we come down to Luana Santos, we're going to get a very favorable 1.5 takedown line, and we're going the higher here. All we need is 2 takedowns out of her. If you watch my Prize Picks video, they had the line at 2, which means she would need 3 takedowns for that to pay out. Well, here we are. Underdog Fantasy, better lines, higher payouts, and we're going 1.5 takedowns. We're doing the higher. She's a high-level judo practitioner. She's tossing people left and right, and Maria Agapova struggles to defend takedowns, so this should be pretty straightforward to at least get those 2 takedowns. We're going to work our way down. Ponzinibbio, I don't love that fight can go any direction. Gabriel Bonfim, I mean, that guy has never seen a scorecard, but he is fighting somebody durable. It is at elevation. He was just finished. There's a lot of factors in that. But let's go to Rose Namajunas. If we go higher than half a finish, they will juice that payout. If you think she finishes Tracy Cortez, you can 2x your entire payout. I don't think she does, so we're going to go lower. I think that fight likely goes to a decision, or if anybody gets finished, it could potentially be Rose. I don't see that happening. Both of these women are durable. Again, this is at elevation, so I think they will both slow down. There's a lot of factors here. I don't think there's a finish, so we're going to do the lower on the Rose side. We need 2 more to make this an even 5. If we work our way down to Cody Brundage. Cody Brundage has a significant strike line at 10.5 significant strikes, and we're going to go higher. Again, if we compare this to Prize Picks was 13.5. 3 strikes shouldn't make that big of a difference, but we have been burned many times in the past by 1 strike on either side. I think that Cody Brundage is going to come out swinging like crazy, as he always does. And I think he gets past 10.5 significant strikes, lands 11 significant strikes. Every strike he throws is significant. And the only reason he got nowhere near that number in his last fight is because he fought a wrestler and was in a wrestling match. This is not going to be the situation in this fight. I think Abdul Razak Al Hassan, at least based off of his press conference, is going to come out guns blazing, and Cody should match that energy. We don't need him to win. We just need him to land 11 significant strikes. And then the last one will be Muslim Salikov. I also don't think he's winning by finish. He might win, but I don't think it's by finish. Ponzinibbio is a pretty durable guy. I don't see him getting finished by a 40-year-old who was just finished in his fight. So this is the entry that I have built. We're going to go Joshua Van higher than 14.99 fight minutes. Luana Santos higher than 1.5 takedowns. Rose Namajunas lower than a half of a finish. Cody Brundage higher than 10.5 significant strikes. And Muslim Salikov lower than a half of a finish. This is my entry. And I always do my entries with the flex payout, meaning one of these can miss and I will still make my money. This is fist fights and anything can happen at any moment. If you love this entry, great. If you don't, that's fine too. Just get your free money, build your own entry with that free money. WeWantPicks.com/underdog, promo code WWP.